Welcome to The Explainer. I'm Adam.
And I'm Anne. Whether you're walking outside, commuting to work, relaxing at home, or studying, we are so glad you're joining us today.
Exactly. Today we have an amazing explainer for you. We are talking about how to break the English-speaking plateau, and specifically, how your brain learns, remembers, and sometimes forgets.
Adam, let's start with a funny question. Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in there?
Oh, all the time. Or I'm looking everywhere for my phone and it's right in my hand.
Yes, it happens to all of us. We forget our passwords, we lose our keys, we forget people's names. Our brains can do funny things.
And that exact same thing happens when we speak English. Why do we freeze up? You study grammar for years, but when someone asks a simple question, your brain just stops working.
Today, our goal is to help you understand this. We'll learn how to talk about memory, focus, concentration, and how to use natural English every day.
Take a look at this image. Simple questions can cause sudden panic. Someone asks you a normal everyday question like, "What time do you go to bed?" and boom, the words disappear.
In English, we say your mind goes blank. Let's teach that phrase. Mind goes blank means you suddenly cannot remember anything. Pronounce it with me. Mind goes blank.
Perfect. When the teacher asked me a question, my mind went blank. We are going to fix that today.
Here is our agenda for this explainer. First, the spoken English trap. Second, overcoming the fear. Autumn. Third, consistency beats intensity. Fourth, solo practice techniques. And fifth, your 2-week action plan. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. The spoken English trap. Knowing versus speaking.
So, Anne, there is a big difference between passive consumption and active production. What does that mean?
Well, passive consumption is just watching or listening, like watching a movie with subtitles. Active production is actually using an active mind to make your own sentences. You have to train your brain.
Right. Train your brain is another great vocabulary phrase. It means to practice doing something until you are good at it, like a brain exercise.
Learning English is just like learning to ride a bike. You can't just read books about bicycles. You have to get on the bike and push the pedals. You have to train your brain by speaking out loud.
Now for Section 2. Overcoming the fear. The mindset block. The biggest reason we don't get on that bike is fear. We are so afraid of making mistakes.
We often compare ourselves to other people online. That's a comparison mindset. It makes you feel bad. We need a growth mindset instead.
Exactly. We need to celebrate small daily wins. Autumn, do you remember a time you made a mistake in another language?
Oh yes, I used to be so shy. I worried about sounding silly to native speakers. But you really have to build confidence. Confidence comes from trying, not from being perfect. Did you speak one new sentence today? That's what really matters.
This brings us to a beautiful quote. Peace is already inside us when we live in the present moment. Adam, there's an old Zen story about a boy carrying a full glass of water. He had to walk without spilling a single drop. He used so much concentration and attention. And let's look at those words, concentration and attention. Concentration means thinking very carefully about one thing. Because the boy used all his concentration on the glass, he wasn't afraid of anything else. When you focus on the present moment, you don't have space in your brain to feel afraid of mistakes. Section 3. Consistency beats intensity. Short versus long sessions. Many people think you need to study for hours and hours to learn English.
But that's simply not true.
Right. Look at this comparison. 2 hours once a week versus 15 minutes every day.
Our memory works much better with short daily practice.
Memory is how your brain stores information. If you study for 15 minutes every day, you will remember more.
And you won't forget. Remember and forget. They are opposites.
Studying a little bit every day builds a strong habit. A habit is something you do regularly, almost without thinking. Let's look at Alyssa's little and often routine. She has great daily habits. She wakes up and says positive affirmations. She listens to English on the bus. She speaks English during short classroom breaks. She even narrates her actions while doing laundry. She just talks to herself in English while cooking dinner. And she reads short stories before bed.
This is a perfect example of keeping an active mind. She isn't studying at a desk for 3 hours. She's just using English naturally in her normal day.
Section 4. Solo practice techniques. Building the muscle.
Let's talk about a technique called shadowing. Shadowing is repeating what a native speaker says word for word. You lag behind by half a second.
It mimics the pace and intonation of a real speaker. Shadowing is a fantastic brain exercise. It completely skips the slow translation process in your head.
It trains your mouth muscles to make English sounds naturally. Doing this for just 10 minutes a day makes a huge difference.
Here is another great technique, the 60-second rule.
You pick a random topic and speak aloud for 1 full minute. That's 60 seconds. No stopping, no restarting, no correcting yourself.
Let's do a quick speaking challenge for our listeners right now. I will ask you 5 questions. Pause the explainer after each one and answer aloud.
Number 1, what is your favorite time of day?
Number 2, what did you eat for breakfast today?
Number 3, what is a movie you really love?
Number 4, where do you want to travel next?
Number 5, why are you learning English?
Great job! Practicing out loud like that is so important.
The rule here is to prioritize forward motion over perfection. Real conversations demand forward motion. Sometimes when you talk, you might lose your train of thought. Lose your train of thought means you suddenly forget what you were going to say. Let's do a quick real-life role play to show this. Hey Adam, what did you do this weekend? Well, I went to the park, and then I went to the store to buy, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? You were going to the store. Right. I went to the store to buy apples. See, even if your mind goes blank or you lose your train of thought, just keep moving forward. Don't worry about perfect grammar. Here are some other daily solo habits you can try. Read articles aloud at a normal speaking pace. Record yourself answering interview questions on your phone.
Narrate your routine activities, like walking or making coffee. Watch shows with subtitles, and then re-watch without them.
These habits keep your focus strong. Focus means to give all your attention to one thing. Listening back to your own voice builds incredible self-awareness before you ever talk to a stranger.
Section 5, your 2-week action plan, the blueprint.
Let's review everything we've learned and put it into a solid plan. Week 1 is all about habits and input.
Listen to English daily. Learn full phrases, not just isolated words. Shadow native speakers and speak out loud for 5 minutes.
Then, Week 2 shifts into active output. Think in English during chores. Record yourself speaking for 2 minutes. Tell a short story out loud. And finally, use English in a real-life situation.
Let's quickly review our vocabulary, too. Remember to train your brain and keep an active mind every single day.
Use focus, concentration, and attention to improve your memory. If your mind goes blank or you lose your train of thought, don't worry. Take a breath and just keep speaking. We have a beautiful quote here to finish our lesson. Confidence does not come before action. It comes from action.
This is so true. Too many learners wait to feel confident before they speak, but taking the action itself is what builds your confidence.
Have patience with yourself, enjoy the learning process, and celebrate your progress. Every single time you open your mouth to practice, you are getting better.
We are so proud of you for showing up today.
So don't wait for that perfect moment. Your 15 minutes starts today. What will you talk about in your first 60 seconds?
Set your timer and just start. And before you go, we have a quick call to action for you. Please like this explainer, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below.
Yes! Answer today's question in the comments. What helps your brain remember new English words?
We can't wait to read your answers. Keep practicing, have fun with it, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everyone.